on how to entertain your guests with fabulous food. We're joined by Monica White from Monica's Kitchen. Welcome back to the show. Great to have you here. Have you had your ginseng?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you should have it. It's fantastic. It's great for you. But I love your philosophy and keeping it simple, and you really can do that in any given situation. But we do stress ourselves out when it comes to something like Thanksgiving.
Oh, we do. Well, especially when our ovens are full of a turkey and stuffing and whatever other side you have. You're running around like crazy anyways entertaining. You want to do something simple, and if you have really good ingredients, you can pull together a really simple, clean, delicious appetizer or a couple of them in just a matter of minutes.
And something that appeals to everyone, because I find there's a lot of stress just, you know, trying to accommodate for all those fussy eaters. I'm not a fussy
Are
eater,
you?
but
Okay.
you know, I'm good, but there are a lot of people who are, you know, picky, so you want to make sure that you're accommodating everyone.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So, well, I mean, a typical charcuterie board, and that's one of the things that I'm going to do today, is usually meats, so cured meats, and it's a French term. And what I like to do is actually bring a lot of cheeses into it as well, because there are quite a few people who don't eat meat.
And everyone likes cheese.
And everybody does love cheese. I'm also going to do an appetizer that involves cheese, that you can make it really interactive, a canopy that's really interactive. So people, you can make one or two there to show them how it's done, and then people can continue to make them throughout the course of the evening, which makes it really fun and interactive.
Nice. All right. Well, let's do it.
Okay.
Okay, what I'm going to do is, Derek, I know you love cutting things.
I do.
So I have
I love sharp objects, Monica. Not going to lie.
a spicy chorizo sausage here, so if you want to cut it on the diagonal, that would be wonderful. That's going to be part of our our charcuterie board here. And while he's doing that, do you want to come over here and we're going to start plating some
Put it
stuff.
away.
So the nice thing with the charcuterie board is you do want it to look rustic. You don't want it to look so pretty that people are not going to eat it. You want it to look nice and rustic, but some thought put out. So I've got some Prager ham here, so if you just want to peel some off, and then you just kind of put it in little bundles on one part
So
of
I guess we do the pretty job.
Yes, you get to do the pretty job. And as you can see, oh, that's a wonderful job.
Thank you.
You're so
I
talented.
just have
It's good. It's spicy. It's spicy. Just watch yourself. You might start coughing. And I've got a fig here. Do you want to just cut that in quarters for me? That's just a nice presentation. And while you're doing that, I'm just making sure. I'm just trying to warm up some nuts here because I'm going to have another dish here for the charcuterie board.
Now, do you have some tips on how to make it pretty?
Well,
or am I doing okay?
You are doing really good. It's all about just grouping. So you want to have, you know, a little bit of meat on one side, a little bit of cheese beside it, so that people can kind of move around the board.
Right.
A nice tip too is that this is a cute little board here that I picked up. I actually picked this up at Chapters. It was $24.
Oh, nice.
If you're doing a charcuterie board for a couple of, like, you know, a larger group, I would do 2 smaller ones.
Okay.
Because it can only sit out for about 2 hours at room temperature. So if you want to do 2, you know, take a new one back out, put that one back in the fridge, and then do away, because you want to make food safety is really, really important.
Absolutely, that's a great idea.
And it's important to add color too, right? To make it visually appealing.
Absolutely. It is.
Am I putting these on the plate?
No, we're going to actually keep them on the side. So, so I've got here some old double smoked old cheddar there. Just a little punch. We've got some other old cheddar here. And another one, you like to have about 2 or 3 different types of cheeses.
Should I pass this over?
Yeah, that would be great.
Tia?
Oh,
Tia, there's some more food stuff for you.
So we added figs for color. In the fall, I do like to put a charcuterie board on wood because it's just lovely. I mean, it's natural. Fall is all about wood and fall colors, and so it's great.
Yeah, and Home Sense has things like that
too.
they do. There's a lot of places you can go for.
They do. Tia, you're doing.
Am I doing it? Okay.
Looks good.
Fabulous.
Nice grouping.
Thank you. This is one of my favorite things.
And then I've got some Cambazole cheese here, which is a blue vein cheese. So we can put that on the board as well. I can actually smell the nuts toasting here. So let me.
And you know what? I feel like a lot of people think that you need to do a full meal, but you don't. All this food is filling.
Oh, it is.
Cheese is super filling. You can eat it through. I love being able to pick through it the night. I don't want to sit down and scarf it all down and then, you know, you're too full for your wine.
Well, often you have your friends and family over early on, right? Because you want to sit down and you want to chit chat, and as you said, everything's packed in the oven. But they still want to nosh on a little something, and this is a great idea. 3 o'clock in the afternoon, they show up and they can start eating them.
Yeah, and like I said, if you put out a couple of little ones, people can continue. You can just keep rotating the food in and out. It takes very little fridge space, and it's just a nice interactive way that people can do it. You could jazz it up with teeny tiny little forks here. I mean, how adorable are those?
Very cute.
One of the sides that we're going to do with this charcuterie board, but before I go, we have a great olive here. So olives are typically pickled, and these ones are brined. So these are called Castrelviano. Don't get me to say Another rule of thumb is with a charcuterie board, you want to have something pickled. So in this case, I've got some jardiniere, but you can definitely do some pickles on the board, some pickled, well, little baby pickles or gherkins, some pickled onions.
So does that end
with it? It does, because the cheese is fatty and so is the meat, and you want to kind of cleanse your palate as you go, as you kind of move your way around the board, and the pickle does and cleanse. And same with the olives.
Nice. I love it. So what, do we add anything to this?
We are. Oh, okay. So what I've done was, typically if you want to do this at home, I would put this in an oven. So you would put your nuts in an oven at 350 degrees for about 10 minutes.
All right.
I have to keep putting that in both of them. It's fun. It's perfect. And you just roast them, and you want to get them warm, and you want to get them nice and toasty. So what we're going to make is a really nice spiced nut. So in this bowl, I have about a tablespoon of soft butter. And then, Derek, I'm going to get you just pour the warm nuts into the bowl.
Okay.
And I have a seasoning mix here. So in the seasoning mix, I have brown sugar, dark brown sugar, flaked salt, which I'm going to show you in a minute, and cayenne pepper. And we're actually going to toss that into the nuts as well.
See, I would have never thought of that as a combination.
Oh, it's delicious. And some rosemary, actually, right before, And a tip for the rosemary to get it off of the actual stem is to grab it from the top and hold it down and pull it towards you.
Oh, fun.
Because if you pull it this way, you're more likely to just pull off the top. Yeah.
Okay. It's like playing that tree or bush game when you were a kid. They would
Yeah,
play that?
yeah, tree, bush.
Yeah, tree, bush. Yeah, I love it.
My kids play it now.
Hours.
Oh, it smells so good.
So we're just going to add some fresh rosemary, just a couple of tablespoons here. I love rosemary. It is so rustic and fresh. It screams.
And easy to grow.
It is.
It's no maintenance to grow that stuff. It lasts forever. And you can get the nice trees. You know, the rosemary trees?
They're absolutely. The only problem is that you have to plant a new one every single year. It doesn't come back like five. So
I can't believe how the butter just kind of melted on its own. Or the nuts
They
were
were
a bit
warm.
warm.
Yeah, they were warm.
Yeah, but it melted very good.
There you go.
It does.
Very nuts.
You have to try.
I have to try? Okay, I love cashews.
So this ends up being a mix of cashews, almonds, what else do we have here? Pistachios and pecans. Once you try one, you cannot
Can't stop
stop.
eating.
No, they
Like
are
that
so
Mark Messier in the Lay's commercial. You just go. Yeah.
Another appetizer I want to get you going is a canapé, a simple canapé. So here I've already toasted the bread. You just put it in the oven, rub it with some olive oil or some butter. Put it in the oven, 350 again, 10 minutes. Nuts and these crostinis can be done all at the same time.
Okay.
And they can be done in advance, in the morning, and just let them sit. You can make the nuts 2 and 3 days in advance.
And then you just have to cover it with saran.
Absolutely.
Wow.
So I'm going to show you a little trick here, but with a garlic clove, rub one of the pieces of bread. So what it does is it gives the bread a hint of garlic taste, but not those chunks of garlic that can really overpower. So if you do that,
it really works.
it does, yeah.
It's almost acting as a bit of a grater.
It
You
is.
can also use a paste as well if you had like a garlic paste or a...
I think sometimes it's a bit overpowering, and that's all you're going to taste, but this just gives you a little bit of a hint. It's really easy. You can also, what Derek's doing, toasted bread with some garlic, if you just cut it off, it acts as a crouton now.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
with that
And it
hint
has
of
to be
garlic.
crispy, right? Look at
Yeah,
the
it
garlic
just
right
shredded it.
Oh, you can still use that piece for something else.
Absolutely.
Awesome. I
Pasta.
just eat it. I won't do it because I have guests coming on the show. What's next?
So I've got some cream cheese here, just some regular cream cheese. I have some chives, and I have some roasted red pepper jelly.
So we're just putting in that order?
Yes. So let's spread
bit.
a little bit of cream cheese on. So maybe a little bit thicker than that.
Okay.
A little more generous.
All right, yes.
But it's a nice interactive way to do it. We'll top it with some red pepper jelly.
Okay.
Now you can buy some store-bought one. President's Choice has a really good one at 5 minutes.
Wow.
And then what we're going to do, that's perfect. And you're going to top it with some chives.
It's so pretty and colorful.
It
Look at
is
that.
lovely.
It's so great for the season because I find, you want something that's soothing, and especially with these nuts, the roasted nuts, I find it just screams fall.
Yeah.
What would be a good drink to pair? I'm all about the drinks,
Yeah,
clearly.
what can even come with the drink?
Something nice and bubbly, like even a Prosecco would be nice. Sitting around having a Prosecco, a
Yes.
nice red wine in a box.
Wine in a box.
Wine in a box.
Musca. That's my place. I'm telling you, it's good. Don't make fun of me because
I know,
said
they
wine
tried it
in
until
a
you
box.
tried it.
It's okay.
I'm not making fun of you, but this is just a great way to entertain. It's simple, it's easy. If you make one or two and leave the ingredients out, people will actually make it
Do their
themselves.
own.
Do you have this recipe on your blog? These recipes?
I will put it up today, but I did give it to you as well.
I do. I have it. I'll put it on our Facebook page. How do you like that? Thank you so much.
Thank
Monica.
you,
Always
Monica.
fun.
Delicious.
Show. Don't go away. We have a live performance coming up next with members of Tall Trees. They'll be performing at the Everybody Loves Everybody Festival. We'll be back with them right after this.